Hello, YouTube. It is I, Arcrid. And I guess this is the first episode of my series on my own server. This is a server. It's not a YouTuber server. We've talked about this as like a group, and everyone seems to be on the same page where YouTuber servers are a bad idea. You're coming together for the wrong reason. And hold on a second. Yeet. You're coming together for the wrong reasons, and you know, the goal isn't to have fun. The goal is to try and get YouTube famous. And nobody on the server wants to be a YouTuber. I don't think. Tile wants to be an animator. I want to be a professor, and Fig wants to be Fig. And I overpronounced the O's so that Fig cannot make comedy. Even though he's not here, he is conditioning me to pronounce things as they're spelled to avoid the shame of being subjected to his bullshit. So yeah, this is my server, not Fig's. Fuck. For some reason, a few people thought it was his. Much like real life, this is my world. He's just living in it. So there's that. I also named the server. You know, every good name has sure on the end of it. Think about it. Like, it's like you find a name, right? What's the name of our town? Oh, Buckingham. Oh, brilliant. What should we call the area around it? Buckingham? Sure? Ah, fucking hell, brilliant. It's one of those things, me and the sure suffix, that started off as a joke and is now completely unironic. Would you go away, please? I started using it to make fun of British people, because that's literally how they name things. Is they'll just stick sure on the end of it. They'll be like, that's not a name, and then they'll stick sure on the end of it, and they'll be like, no, that's a name. And I don't get it, but I'm on board with it now. So I can't wait for people to pronounce it as Gameshire, because people have already done that, including Tile and pretty much everyone else. It's one of those weird suffixes where it's pronounced differently if it's not on the end of a word. So like, you'll say Shires or the Shire if you're talking about Middle Earth. But then when it's on the end of a word, you won't say New Hampshire. You'll say New Hampshire. It's weird. Anyway, this is the town. I was in the residential area earlier, and now I'm in, I guess, the sort of community area isn't really the right term for it. I don't think. I don't know. Maybe I'll call it downtown. Anyway, this is where the non-residential area is. That's Tile's Town Hall, which is it's shaping up to look like some very nice Jeffersonian architecture, which as a Virginian, I appreciate. Reminds me of home. So yeah. So this series is going to happen exactly as much as I want it to happen, and literally no more. The goal is not to be, I don't know, burned out. The goal is to have fun. So it shall not be a YouTuber server. Actually, let's have it. Let's have the entrance right there instead. So I'm just going to use this series sort of as a video diary, I suppose. Do I already have a door? No, I don't. All right. So I'll just sort of record my thoughts, what's going on in my life. Cool. As I, in real life, try to figure out what I want to do with my life. Right now, I want to be a teacher of some sort. Because I think that'll be fun, preferably history, because then I'll get to be pedantic for a living. And just ask literally anyone else on the server. I'm very good at being pedantic. Fig hates it. I'm very big on technicalities. It's just who I am. It's well known among people who know me that I'm really into technicalities, because technicalities are fun. So it's getting dark, so let's switch to night mode so you guys can see. Look at that fancy technology. I can also do this. Anyway, so I guess what's going on in my life right now is can I not? Oh wait, this isn't right. These don't go here yet. So this is gonna be where the window is. Yep. I've got my laptop right there, and it's got a creative world. I planned this build out ahead of time. I like to plan my builds. Just because, especially in an area like this that's going to be populated for a long time, and it's going to be close to spawn, I want it to look as nice as it can look, you know? And granted, it got some limitations based on, you know, Minecraft Alpha's block palette, but I mean, shoot, you can still make stuff that looks good. I mean, look at Tile's dome, or Tile's house, or Dragonbound's house that's over there, or the bridge, or the other bridge. So yeah, and right now I guess my dad and I are trying to get into bonsai trees. It's something that he's been into a lot. He used to keep them when I was, looks like someone had an accident there. He used to keep them when I was younger, before my folks split up. He had one or two, and he has like a couple of old books. He pulled one out the other day that was from 1995, and he was like, "Fuck yeah, let's do it." My dad is, I guess, an interesting character because he's simultaneously one of the most, I guess, stereotypically American. He's basically like Ron Swanson. Maybe a bit less extreme. But he's also really open-minded and really appreciative of aspects of other cultures that he really likes, particularly like food. And you know, he's the outdoorsy type, so this is right up his alley. Makes sense. So that's a thing that's happening. So hopefully that'll go well. But yeah, he doesn't even like, he's not well traveled. Actually, I managed to beat him out of the country. I left the country for the first time when I turned 21. We didn't travel when I was little because my family is, I mean, we're not impoverished, but I guess we're working class, I guess is the way to put it. I'm adjusting my view on the creative world. There's a wandering trader man. But yeah. Actually, let me just make sure I've got this right real quick. Yeah, looks like it. But yeah, he's just, I don't know. I guess he's relatively well read. Let's go, Dad. Cool. But yeah, so we never went on like trips when I was younger or anything, and like I said, he didn't leave the country for the first time until a couple years ago, and then, even then he only went to like somewhere in Central America, I forget where, with some friends on like a fishing / surfing trip, which I'm sure was quite awesome and quite fun for everyone involved. But yeah, he's still really interested in, like, you know, other places, I guess, despite not really being able to have visited places growing up. But he wants to start taking trips now. Like, I know he wants to go to the UK, which UK is pretty neat. And I know he wants to go to Japan. Wants to visit. He likes the architecture, which I do too. So that's something that will probably happen at some point in our lives. Hopefully. We're both still fairly young. My dad's not super old. He was 28 when I was born. So he's only in his mid-50s. Actually, he just turned 55. So, but he's still doing outdoorsy stuff, so he's in pretty good shape. So, let's go, Dad. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. That's what I plan to talk about today, and I sort of rolled through it faster than I would have expected. So now comes, I guess, my favorite part, where I have to make stuff up to talk about. I guess I can talk about the server. Let's kill this creeper too. There we go. So the town here is called Gameshire, which, again, it's got "sure" in it. That means it's a good name. Which I wasn't actually planning on naming the town this. I actually wasn't planning to name I hadn't actually thought of a serious name for the town. I was just calling it that to annoy Fig, because for some reason Fig does not recognize the majesty of the "sure" prefix. And I'm trying to, I guess, bestow upon him my enlightened state of mind, because, you know, unlike Fig, I am Omega Big Brain. Related, if you have any inquiries regarding the server, please direct your questions to Fig, because I don't want to answer them. If you want to join the server, the answer is no. Unless you're one of my in real life or past Minecraft friends, then the answer is you've got a good shot, I guess. Because again, this is a server for I guess me and the boys, and I guess girls too. Although it's a Minecraft server, so it's pretty much guaranteed to be a sausage party. That's just sort of how that works with online games, isn't it? All right. So I'm going to smelt these. All right, that'll make some. We don't have charcoal yet, and coal is non-renewable, so smelting items is relatively expensive. It's not something that's easy to do, so it's not something I'm gonna do super. What am I doing here? That was a fail. So it's not gonna be something I like. Abuse isn't the word, but if I'm gonna avoid it when I can until we update and get charcoal, just because otherwise, you know, it'll be more difficult to make torches and stuff when the torch on leaves bug is fixed. Right now, you can place a torch on a leaf block. I guess I can just show you, and it won't subtract it from your inventory if you've got fancy graphics on, right? So I can place this, and it doesn't subtract from my inventory, but when I break it, it adds it to my inventory. This version is very buggy. We're getting ready to move off of it. Just because there's just a few more things I want to do first. Like I want to build the statue of Harris, the namesake of the town, because I feel like that's pretty important. You know? Hopefully you agree. Yeah, there's the problem. All right. But with my superior problem solving skills, I managed to fix it. Let's go me. All right. Yeah, those are the plans, and we've got lots of things planned, right? This is good. This is a map that's gonna stretch on forever. I basically want to play on this map and this map only for the rest of my life. And so what that means is I've got a lot of time to do stuff, and so I get to take my time and stop and smell the roses. So, and it also means I get to justify not editing this YouTube video very much and just uploading the whole thing in a big block with very little trimming and being like, yep, awesome. Because that's just the kind of guy I am. Content creation is not my desire in life. And I will use that as an excuse to be lazy with it. And you can't stop me. And I would like to see you try. Won't work. Oh, it's daytime. I can turn that off. My bad. I forget about that. So, it's much easier when I'm streaming because then people will yell at me. Be like, Arkard, fix the thing. And I'll be like, what? Oh, yeah. I should fix the thing. Gosh. Alright. It's actually quite warm in here. I've got this candle going. Maybe I should stop that. Now there's smoke everywhere. Awesome. Thanks. I love this so much. And also I'm wearing my Capitals jersey and drinking hot tea. There's a bunch of things I'm doing to contribute to it being warm. It's been cold recently here. It's November, right? But today it's been warmer. Yeah, it's 50 degrees freedom right now. I'm not sure what that is in communist degrees off the top of my head. But I don't know, like a fall day. Because we all know with temperature scales, like any American, I measure my degrees in freedom and not communism. So I don't know. I told you I was. My dad is super American. I'm also super American. I'm not going to apologize. That's something the French would do. Actually, no, it's not. The French aren't very apologetic, are they? They just... Okay, so I'm a history major, and I was about to go like, the French are useless in war. But honestly, that's not true. The French have a very proud military history that everyone has promptly forgotten to make fun of them for what happened in 1940. And to be honest, right, that's not the fault of the average French person. It's the fault of people like Maurice Gamelin, who got intelligence warning them of what the Germans were going to do and promptly ignored it. Why would you do that in the middle of a full-scale war? I don't know. but that's what they did. So, poor France. I mean, I'm still gonna make fun of them, but still, poor France. Poor France. There we go. So there aren't actually wooden slabs yet, so I'm a bit limited in the materials which I am capable of using in this patch. At least this sneaking. The very first few patches I played in, there wasn't sneaking, and so I would promptly fall off of things while building because I couldn't walk slowly. So I would just, tumble over the side. I would not recommend. It's not very fun. What I learned is instead of going directly in the direction you want, you can sort of, if I wanted to lean over this edge right here, you don't just walk over, you sort of like shimmy back and forth like this at a slight angle. You go forward and backward to like sort of ease your way over. And that works a bit better than just, potentially careening off the edge. Although it's still way less convenient than just being able to push a button on your keyboard and hold in the direction you want to go in. But, you can't have everything. So that's, I guess, your ancient Minecraft tip of the day, which you will no doubt find incredibly useful and relevant to your current activities in life, because clearly everyone is lining up to play ancient Minecraft. I will say, old Minecraft is, in my opinion, it's really fun. Because you're a lot more limited in what you can do with blocks, right? The block palette is really small, and a lot of people are like, fewer options. But what it forces you to do is it forces you to focus on the shape of the build. So like, look at this with Tiles build here, right? He's got this big, expansive build with like columns and like depth to it, and he's got this fountain with a gold block, and it's off center because this is an even, right? You see how this is an even number, the entrance, but this is an odd numbered fountain. So it's off center. Congratulations, all OCD people. I have spoiled your fun. But like, look at this. Like, he's really going for like the shape. He's got those wings that'll make it more interesting, right? Visually. And so what I like about old Minecraft, I honestly think building in old Minecraft has made me a much better builder because it's so much harder to make things look passable. And also you don't have stone brick. Stone brick is a wonderful block in terms of its versatility and the fact that it looks good. But it's terrible for teaching you how to build because it looks good in too many circumstances and it's sort of used as a crutch IMO. Whereas like this, like look at this. It's nicely done. Nicely done, Tile. So I actually try to avoid using stone brick when building, just because I don't want to overuse it. Another thing I guess that makes things look good is if you don't make them too straight and jagged. So like, look at Fig's path. Look at how nice. I'm sorry, I built this path. Didn't you watch Fig's episode? Yeah, it was me. I did it all. My path. No, Fig made the path. Speaking of Fig, if you're on your phone, flip your screen upside down. Anyway. Now my throat's all scratchy. Now I need to drink my hot tea. Now I'm going to start overheating again. This is terrible. Whose idea was this? So anyway, yeah. So my thoughts. I've got a lot of thoughts. I've got a lot of strong opinions on old Minecraft. And that is one of them. Right, so the goal, like I said, was to make this sort of resemble the train stations that are in my area. Right, this not my area, but like the old sort of Virginia train stations where they've got these, you know, these buildings with these like really not wacky, but I don't know, they've got this sort of, they've got beams like going up to the roofs on the outside, so I'll have beams on the underside. They've all got this really like distinct shape. I'm drawing blanks on how to describe it because I'm stupid. I don't know. I got no excuses for you. Are you kidding me? Oh, and it subtracts it from my inventory when I do that. Shoot. I just yeeted 2 stairs into the Shadow Realm. That's one of the cons of alpha. Let me turn night vision back on. Remind me to turn that off. So the goal is to have a train platform underneath this building, and this will act as the local rail hub for this area, and the immediate vicinity. Because there's no nether in multiplayer yet, right? The nether was added in alpha 1.2, but in multiplayer it's not functional until beta 1.6. So we're going to be relying a lot on overworld rail transportation for the foreseeable future to travel, especially between spawn and town, right? So we've got that set up already, but also to other various destinations as well, I would imagine, just for the sake of convenience. But fortunately, rails are more affordable than you might think if you do a decent amount of mining, and I have. If you've seen the mine that I dug out near spawn, I did that with stone pickaxes. It's this big mine, because I wanted to make it look really nice, because normally people don't put a lot of effort into their mines. They're a strictly functional place, which, you know, makes sense, but like, it doesn't have to be a strictly functional place. You can make it ornate and functional, and that's something I sought to do, and based on the feedback I've gotten, I feel like I've done an okay job. So let's go me, I guess. I don't know. Don't want to inflate my ego too much, but I'm just so fabulous. That's a difficult task, to be sure. All right. Just gonna be really arrogant for some reason. I don't know. I'm usually not. I'm usually not super boastful, but today I'm feeling particularly belligerent and American. So instead, I'm gonna be very America. All right. Got that going for us. All right, and then the next stage is like this. So yeah, there's a lot of small towns in Virginia that have these sort of train stations. You know, and the roofs might be different. Some of them might be like wood, some of them might be like copper or whatever, but they've all got these really nice distinct shapes, and it's unfortunate most of them aren't in use anymore, although I think Culpeper Station is. I think Amtrak stopped there. So if you want to like have an idea of what I'm thinking of, you can Google Culpeper train station, and that'll give you like an idea. You might just be able to do Virginia train station as well. I'm not sure. All right, how do I have the inside of this area look? Aha, that's how I have it. All right. So above this area, I've got this going on. So I'm gonna need a lot of slabs, but that's okay. This is worth the effort. I had loads of cobblestone before I built the bridge, and the bridge, I feel like, rather understandably, has really eaten into my reserves of, well, cobblestone. Because, you know, it's like 800 blocks long and has got these big towers in the middle of it. I guess that'll be the first video in the playlist. Will be that one, because it's the first. I guess technically the first video I made, but not the first episode. It's the prologue. Yeah, if you actually want to watch me play more, maybe go on Twitch. You get more of my winning personality. All right. Shut up, sheep. All right. Cool. So there's going to be another, this is going to be like sort of a break in the roof, right? And then there's going to be another roof on top of this roof. That's sort of the style that they go for. Oh, also, right? YouTube dislikes. That's something I'm passionate about right now. What the fuck, Matt Koval? What's wrong with you? The YouTube dislikes thing is so stupid. Why would you? It's crazy, right? So nobody wants it except giant companies. Giant companies want it, and Dark Side Phil wants it. So you got giant companies, Dark Side Phil, and then everyone else is like, "Wow, this is garbage." Because it's anti-user, like most things YouTube does nowadays. YouTube seems to love, I guess, doing things that actively hurts its users, which I'm not surprised. I'm just disappointed. Whoops, let's do that. Let's go ahead and make another one. I got enough cobble. Make another furnace. Save me some time. But yeah, for some reason they just like revel in making things worse for their user base, and it boggles the mind. I'm just like, every time they do something, I'm like, well, why would you do that? Who wanted this? And this is no exception. The last time I checked, the approval rating on that video was like 6%. 6% of people liked the no dislikes thing. And that's wild for me. It's got like 17K likes and like 250,000 dislikes. And then one of the co-founders of YouTube, I think his name is Jawed, but I could very easily be mispronouncing that. And if I am, I'm sorry. But also, you'll never see this, so I don't really have to worry about that. But he was basically like, he left a comment that was like, Matt doesn't look happy because he knows it's the wrong decision. And it's like, he even changed the description of the first YouTube video to be like, wow, this sucks. And I remember him doing this when the Google Plus thing happened in like 2013 or 2014. I forget when exactly, but they made it so you had to have a Google Plus account to comment on YouTube. And they did this to sort of artificially pump up the amount of users that Google Plus had and try to force people onto the platform. Didn't work. Because, you know, forcing people to sign up for something, to use something they want to do, won't really leave a positive impression. For obvious reason, I would think, but for some reason Google's just really fucking stupid. Not really sure what they're going for. I think it's just blind sadism. But yeah, fortunately everyone's been panning them for the decision. You know what it is? It's rewind. That's why they don't want to get rewinded again, or they don't want Susan Wichita to get super ratioed when she gives herself a free expression award, which is something that happened. She basically bought a free expression award when she, you know, started fucking over creators, and creators were like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" She like paid this company to give her a free expression award, and like that has. It had 240 likes. The last time I checked, it had like 238. 2 people went back and unliked it, and then it's got like 50-some thousand dislikes. Because people are like, this is transparent nonsense. There's a Gabe Newell quote for this. He said, never lie to the internet, because they will deconstruct your spin, and they will know you're lying. And I think that's really relevant, but apparently nobody's told Susan Wabbajack about it. So yeah. Now I'm upset. To make me feel better, I'm going to push the banana button. That makes me feel better. It's a button I have on my tablet, and it's the banana. Big banana. Right next to the photo of Rob in his pool floaty. It's a great picture. Trust me. You would think so too if you knew the context. Okay. So this is how it goes right here. And now I've got to do a little spin around. Right, okay, that makes sense. So now the roof is changing from one that goes all the way around to one that's sort of like a traditional sort of triangle roof. I'm going to need more stairs for sure. Right, this starts a layer out. Yeah, it does. Of course it does. How else would I do this? Let's go and grab some more. You were in my way, pig. I had to do it. I had to do it to him. I'm sorry. You guys saw it. He was in my way. But yeah, look at all those pork chops. I'm living my best life with all my pork chops. All right, this will give me another stack. That'll be helpful. All right. But yeah, I don't know what Susan Warcrimes' deal is, but really appreciate it if she stopped. So yeah, it'll go up like this, so there'll be another stair there. It'll go up like that, and I think that'll give like a nice shape. At least I did when I was designing the building. Right, and then the inside, how do I do it? I have it like that. Interesting choice, me. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Anyway, do I have the top level be? I do have it be slapped. Okay, cool. That is also useful information to have at my possession. So is it the same level as that? Hold on, I got slabs going on. Yeah, it appears to be. Cool. Alright, sorry, I'm just consulting. I'm consulting the guide, you see. Like I said, I'm not a content creator, so I get to be lazy with my editing, and there's nothing you can do about it. So, go ahead, leave a dislike. You won't be able to see it. Actually, alright, if you want to know what the dislike is, if you can't see the dislikes and you want to know the dislike count, ask me. I don't mind. I'm not insecure about it. So, I don't know. Can this video get 2 dislikes? Oops, this doesn't go all the way across. All right. I have erred. Right, so there's going to be a window right here. Oh, there's a torch down there. There's going to be a window right there. That size. Okay, it's going to be trimmed like that. I really love, I guess they're smooth stone slabs now, but these, such a nice block. You'll see this used a lot in builds, like that. That. I think those are some over there too. Oh, that. Just nice, it's a nice clean block. Underutilized today, I would say. But because it's one of the only build options in this patch, it's one of the only block palette options, it's going to be used a lot. I guess it's the closest thing we have to stone bricks, which is kind of crazy with the benefit of hindsight. So I'm just going to focus on doing the exterior today. I'll probably just do the interior off camera because I'm not a content creator. I don't care. I don't have to show you anything. I'm showing you this out of the goodness of my heart. I'm just going to be really belligerent and insulting to people watching my YouTube video for whatever reason. But yeah, it's like I said, this is gonna be sort of like a low-key thing that I do for funsies. So don't expect some masterpiece. If you want to look at a masterpiece, look at the animated intro that Fig and Tile have been using. There's the masterpiece. I made it for fun mostly. Animation is like something I've been interested by for pretty much my entire life, right? Because animation's dope. It's not something I want to do as a career or anything, but it's a fun thing to mess around with. Is there a way for me to get back up there? Or do I have to like make a... All right, that's all right. We'll just do one of those. All right, to cover up for my own catastrophic failure. But yeah, it's like a fun thing. It's just like a fun thing. I just think it's neat. I just think it's neat. You know? And I think traditional animation has been it ages well relative to 3D animation. Toy Story has aged like milk. Not in terms of story quality, but in terms of like the animation quality. The dog, what's his name? Is it Scud? Is like horrific. And you cannot convince me otherwise. How do I have the inside of this? Do I have it? Okay, I've got it covered up. Good to know. Scud is horrific. So. But it was also, it came out in 1995. So very fine year, but 3D animation was still very much in its infancy. So it makes sense that it would be a bit rough around the edges. Whereas if you go and look at Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, that came out in 1937, and it's like, you got those like watercolor backgrounds, those hand-painted cells. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs looks really, really nice. Like even today, they did a really good job with it. So yeah, animation, it's cool, and I like animating. I guess if you want to watch like a short, cool animation thing, watch it's called Mickey's Trailer. It's on Disney Plus. It's like 8 minutes long. It's really good. And that's the good stuff. Although, fuck, Disney's a giant evil corporation. So, I don't know. You would be morally correct in well, I'm not advocating for anything. I'm not advocating for anything. Always tip your waitress. And I don't know. Promote peace among men. Yeah, you saved it. You saved it, Arkid. You saved it. But yeah. Alright. The reason I'm doing this is so stairs are transparent for some reason. And I don't really like the transparent stairs. So I'm trying to like mitigate that. I guess it gets fixed at some point, but I don't know. I don't really like having the thin stairs, you know? So like on the outside here, like there's no upside down stairs yet. So I'm just placing a full block. Right? Whereas if it was a current version, I would just use an upside down stairs, which looks similar. You're just missing this quarter of a block here. But honestly, I think stairs for roofs is like, it's a good technique, right? That's why people do it. Let me turn night vision on. There you go. It's a good technique. That's why people do it, right? And I totally get that. But like, I don't know. There's so many other options. Like, for the train station at Spawn, for instance, I made the roof out of obsidian, which was a pain in the butt to mine. Obsidian takes 15 seconds to mine in this version, and I used like several stacks. So I was there for a while. What I do is I'll just like sit there and like, I'll sit there and AFK for a while, and oh no, I gotta go all the way around the other way. I played myself. This is terrible. All right, let me up. Fun fact, you can see better than I can because making the screen brighter is an OBS thing, not a Arkrid's computer thing. How did I do this? Oh, this needs to start a block lower. Come on, Arkrid, you had one job. All right, well now that I'm down here, I can do this with greater ease. So I have that going for me, which is nice. Yeah. Just a reminder to put that there. Yeah, it's coming along. But yeah, and like the plan isn't to replace these old buildings, right? Because like they're going to be part of the map's history, like these old buildings. Like we'll probably do some things, you know, some minor modernization, but like I don't know, throwing modern things into old areas, you got to be careful. I mean, like, you ever see like this old like beautiful architecture in like a city in Europe or something like that, and then they've got this like really ugly modern architecture like right next to it? That kind of thing bums me out. You see it a lot more than you really should. What's a good example? Oh, here we go. If you look at like the Houses of Parliament in the UK, right? Gorgeous buildings, right? Absolutely gorgeous. And then you've got the Scottish Parliament, which is, I mean, it's not right next to it. It's all the way up in Scotland, but it's like really ugly. And it's like, come on, Scotland. You're an old country with a rich history. That's the best you can do. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. So it's a good like example. Or pretty much any of like the European Union's buildings, they're all like these really big blocks that are really uninspired. I don't know. I just feel like they could do better. Like, I don't know. I think like the U.S. Capitol building is really cool. It's got the big dome and the little point on the top. That's the technical term, by the way. I'm a professional architect. Or like the Reichstag in Germany, they did a decent job. The Reichstag was I think it was the Imperial German Parliament for a while, and then it was set on fire. We won't talk about that. The important thing was it was burned down and then shot at in the first half of the 20th century for no reason in particular. Monka S. And then, oh, there's a skeleton trying to murder me, I think. And then, can I reach? Aw, yeah. They did a good job of modernizing the Reichstag. They fixed it up when Germany reunited, and that's where the Bundestag meets now. It's a nice building. Oh, there's also that like German castle on a hill. It's been around for forever. That's also a dope building. I like stuff like that. Or like hobbit holes. I want to live in a hobbit hole. Have I mentioned that? I've probably mentioned that before, and I'll probably mention it again. But I want to live in a hobbit hole. Hobbit holes are so dope. And they save on energy costs too, because you're underground. And Earth is a great insulator. Right? It's going to be like 50 degrees all year round, which is like... So like, I'm guessing it's 12 degrees centigrade. Let's look it up. 50 F to C. It's 10. Did I say 12? I was pretty close. I was closer than you would be. Centigrade users. All right. If you really liked the metric system, you would use the metric calendar. Where are you guys coming? Mobs can spawn in tree leaves. It's whack. If you haven't seen the metric calendar, it's a hot freaking mess, right? There's like 10-hour days that are 100, and the hours are 100 minutes long, and there's 10 days a week, and there's 10 months of the year, and it's a hot mess, and that's why we promptly didn't use it. France tried it for a bit, and then it was too much even for France to bear. I'm just gonna alienate everybody. I'm not trying to talk shit. All right, this is just my sense of humor. It's banter. You can make fun of America if you want. I'm giving you the freedom pass to make fun of America, on the condition that you put up with me making fun of everyone else. You can't laugh at yourself. Where's the fun in life? You can't laugh at yourself. Self-deprecating humor is fantastic. All right, so now we're gonna do the patio. So this is, right, the inside, right? It's not gonna be, super great, but there's gonna be like a ticket booth maybe on this side, and then a spiral staircase down this way to the train platform, right? The goal is to have a fairly small building. Whoops. Ah! Fuck. All right. I gotta stop blowing up Hershire. I pulled a tile. Oh no! My chest! Oh, he blew up my crafting table. That jerk. All right, hold on. I gotta throw a bunch of stuff out so I can pick a bunch of stuff up. Okay, I got the chests. That's what's important. Alright. I got a lot of crap in my inventory right now. I don't even know where that guy came from. Let's just throw all this away for right now. I definitely don't need my flint and steel at the moment. I use that for burning down tree leaves. Leaf decay is broken right now. I don't need that anymore either. I'm done with that. Yeah, actually, I'm just down mostly to cobblestone and smooth stone slabs. Just making sure. Okay. If you break an item with if you break a furnace, items in it get yeeted. It's really annoying. Fortunately, though, he didn't actually blow up the building. He just blew up the grass next to the building. So I can just go around and use stone to fill it in like I'm some sort of big shot. Look at me. All right. Yeah, and then this is like the line. The fence, almost? I designed sort of like a fence around the outside. All right. So it'll be like that. Right, and I don't know. It'll get linked up to the path at some point, no doubt, by Fig. Bloody do-gooder. Alright. Nice. Alright. I don't know what's going on here. Tile was probably here. Probably what this is. Tile is notorious for blowing things up. He also, you know, caused a forest fire over there a while back. So Tile is a walking disaster. Just waiting to happen. Beware of Tile. I'm sure if we roast him enough, he'll get better. I mean, he's already got the building down. All right. Oh, where's my crafting table? Did he just straight up blow it up? Shoot. What a jerk. Man, I didn't do anything to him. I'm just living my life. I'm just living my life trying to do things. I just want to live my life. All right. There we go. Oops. Actually, that's not an issue because it'll need to be like that at some point anyway. All right, and then it comes out 3 blocks from here. Yeah, all right. So I'm gonna have to do some disguising of the landscape, probably. I could just have it go down and be like cobblestone, but I don't really want to do that. I think what I'm gonna do is I am gonna push this out a little bit. You know, sort of like this. And I think that'll do. Yeah, I think that'll do. You don't want to just place it on top of the dirt, because then it'll look unstable, right? And that's not what we're going for. We want our buildings to look really stable. Even though this is a video game, whoops, and the hypothetical stability doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. It's about the principle. Nobody wants a shoddily constructed building. Alright. I've tried to go broadly with the landscape. Although I haven't done a perfect job, but whatever, who cares? Not me. I'm not gonna take this. That's a bug that exists, by the way. If you've got a tool that's almost about to break, just throw it on the ground. You're an adult. You can't buy me hot dog, man. But yeah. That gets fixed soon. And also, it's one of those things. It's give and take. Sometimes items and chests might just disappear on you. This happened to Tile. Other times, you can get infinite durability from tools by just throwing them on the ground. Give and take. Alright. So I've got that, and then 1, 2, 3, and then that, and then 1, 2. How do I do this? Okay. So I have it like that. Alright, bud, get out of here. You're throwing off my groove. Alright. Alright. Okay, that's logical. So the inside of this is going to be cobblestone, but I'm going to mix in some... Oh boy, what's it called? Moss stone. Along with it. Because moss stone's a cool vanity block right now, and you can get it from finding dungeons. So that's cool. Okay. So, the Wandering Trader has appeared in my creative world. Be gone with you, sheep. Wool is actually a good pillar block, so I assure you the sheep are not being slaughtered in vain. Alright. So that goes like that, and then it goes 2, and then like that, and then like that. Yeah, alright, now that matches. And now I go and place torches on all of the raised up areas. Gotta get rid of those. I think it'll be lit up. So there we go. How long have I been going for? I've been going for a while, but not too long. Oh, it'll be an hour-long episode. Nice. This is how I build, by the way. When I do like a time lapse or something, this is sort of what I do. Oh my god, I've had bright mode on this whole time. Bad video producer, doesn't matter. Not a professional. You can't expect better than me. Better than me? Better from me. Sorry, it's just how it be. I'm sorry. It's just you're just gonna have to deal with it. Not a professional. Is this amateur hour? Yes, it is, because I'm not a professional. Alright. That's as good as you're getting. But yeah, I don't know. Thanks for hanging out and listening to me ramble for an hour about random things and alienating several European nationalities. But really, right? If you don't have people who don't like you, are you really living? This is why I seek to alienate everyone who I ever meet. Yeah, the infinite shovel thing is pretty whack. But I'm gonna be happy to see it fixed. Like, no cap. Oh, cool, I turned it off just in time for the thing to start again. Okay, so I'm gonna mix in some, give me that. I'm gonna mix in some moss stone along with this. I had it sort of planned. Do I wanna follow the plan? I think I had it spaced pretty well in my plan, actually. So I might go ahead and do that. I don't have the brain power to randomize but so many things. Okay, so let's turn night vision back on so you can see again. I hope you weren't too blinded by the fact that it was on when it shouldn't have been. Look at that green. So I guess relevant. I'm using Joppa's textures, but I don't know. I like the old cobblestone's contrast, so I've sort of tried to do that, and I liked the old moss color, so I've tried to do that too. Just so it feels more like Minecraft beta. You know? But, I don't know. I just think it's neat. I genuinely like Minecraft's new textures, so I wanted to use them. And they were easy to port back, so literally just opened up Minecraft's jar files and was like, yoink. It actually wasn't that easy. I had to copy them to the old terrain.png file, which is all of Minecraft's terrain textures were stored in a single image file for a long time. Oh, I've actually done the back different. Hold on, I've done the back in I guess a more sensible way. Gosh, my inventory's full. I guess I can eat a pork chop without this feather. Not a huge fan of feathers. Not very useful. Alright. Actually, yeah, that'll be enough. I don't need any more than that. I want to make sure I have enough. Go away. Bonus pork chops. Alright, oh, yeah, you know what else? I forgot. I still got to do the fences. So this is gonna be this is gonna be over an hour. Lucky you. You get to listen to my inane ramblings for over a full hour with no cuts. Okay. So there's like a middle one. It looks like. Yeah, that's the middle one. Okay, and then I have right here, I have this. And then right here, I've got that. And the rest will just be cobblestone. That's why I'm not bothering to fill it in at the moment. It'll get filled in. Don't worry. Boop. And then boop and boop. But yeah, thank you for listening to my inane ramblings as I build a mediocre train station. If it's bad, just keep in mind, I asked everyone else what they thought of it, and they said they thought it looked nice. So if it's bad, it's not my fault. It passed peer review. Gosh, I can't wait to end this video and then promptly take off this. No, you know what? I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna get some fresh air when this is done. Cool off. Alright, I want to watch out for creepers because I don't want to blow up my moss stone because that's a precious resource. Alright, add some color and age to my build. Alright, let's go inside here. Let's make some fences because I gotta do some fences. I can show you how terrible placing fences is. It's terrible. I don't know why it made it into the game as it is. But it's absolutely awful if you like using fences as decorative blocks, which I'm sure you're sensible and enjoy doing that. All right, for starters, you only get 2 per craft. Oh, and there's only oak ones. Actually, there's only oak wood, period. So it's not a huge deal. Yeah. There's no click and drag, there's no shift clicking. The quality of life is, it leaves something to be desired. All right, cool. So you can't just place a fence post like a normal person, right? It has to be placed on top of a full block, right? But you can't place a fence on top of a fence either. So what you gotta do is, I gotta do this. Looking around for creepy boys. And then you got to do that. And then you got to place one there. And then you got to do that. And you have to do that every time you want to place just fences like that. Also, they don't connect to full blocks, which I know some people don't like, but I actually like it. Because, I don't know, you can use it for certain sort of aesthetic touches that you can't in later versions. I'm saying I wish there was an option. Maybe if you right clicked on a fence with an axe, it would disconnect it from the block that it's connected to. Something like that. I think that would be neat. I think that would be a good feature. Because like, one of the things you can do is like have, hold on. And then see, I can't do this though. I can't do that, but you could have it go like the full length of this and it would just be a pillar. It just happens to be next to a block. I use this in my alpha house design over there. It's a building technique that I have utilized already. And with the full knowledge that it'll get broken someday. But it won't look too bad when it's broken. How on earth did I do this on the other side? Do I have just the one? Okay, no, it's just like the other side. Okay. Wanted to break that torch temporarily. So I can place that there. So yeah, these are things that I don't particularly miss from old versions. But they're also not deal breakers when playing old versions. They're just inconvenient enough for me to whine about without being so inconvenient that I no longer want to play the game. And who doesn't like having an excuse to whine? Alright. Anyway. There we go. There's the exterior of the train station. Let's go out a little bit. Actually, I can pillar with dirt faster. So yeah, there's the train station. It's getting lighter. It'll be easier to see in a bit. It's a modest building, but you know, it'll be in a nice central location. You know, train stations, I feel like, tend to be fairly modest a lot of the time too. Like the big ones are big and grand, but like There's a lot of rather modest ones as well, even in big cities. So, anyway, there we go. My arm swing seems really slow. Anyway, so that's that. This has been the train station, and this has been my first episode on the Gameshire server. Yeah, thanks again for the third time for listening to my inane ramblings. I'll be back whenever I feel like it, and there's nothing you can do. Oh no, I've got no arms. I've been disarmed. There's nothing you can do to make me release videos faster. But yeah. I'll just go and log out in here. Play some more later. But yeah, thank you everyone. And I'm going to end the video now.